going on, fellas? My bad. Forgetting. Thought I did this. Been a little under the weather. So, yeah. Um, week 12. Not going to have the energy today. It's not there. Pretty sure there's something. Should have done this ahead of time. Pretty sure there was something that Brochard wanted me to add. Pretty sure that the game of the week was Chumba versus Rungi. And if it's not, that's where we're starting. I imagine this would have been 9-3, 8-4. I'm pretty sure they were both 8-3. So I'm pretty sure that this was the game of the week. Scroll past the autistic comments about how much music I listen to. I really should have started this. Oh, I remember. No, I can't say all this stuff for fear of actually getting canceled. But I got it pulled up now. We'll get there. So, Chumba and Rungi. Chumba walks away with the win. Big week this week for Jalen Hurts and Tyreek Hill. But Chumba also got 16 points from the Ravens defense going up against the Chargers. Pretty annoyed about that Chargers game myself, as I'm sure Brochard is as well. But we'll get there. Chumba's team is looking hard to beat, guys. I don't know what we're gonna do. I gotta get lucky in the playoffs. Somebody, I don't know. Are we rooting against? Is Chumba a league bad guy, or is he like chaotic neutral? I don't know. I don't know what people want. Chumba kind of got lucky here, though. Devon Achane did not play, or did he just not get any? Yeah, didn't play. 0 points, and Rungi started him. Had Derrick Henry on the bench with 20 points. Jacoby Myers on his bench with 20 points. It could have been a very different game. Not the best lineup put forth by Rungi, but still a dangerous team when we're thinking about playoffs. Next, we got the frauds. Barkley's Thunder Thighs going against Johnny Boy and the Boogeyman. This was a close one. This game's decided by less than 2 points, it looks like. Excuse me. Less than 2 points. It was a close game. Eddie had a huge one from Nico Collins with 23. Johnny had a couple of big players, but Adam Thielen, who's been one of John's best players this year, I believe, let him down with only 1.2. John fell for the Calvin Ridley curse of when you start him, he doesn't play well. When you bench him, he does. 21 points on his bench and 22.4 from DJ Moore on the bench. So John could have won this game if he started either of them in place of Adam Thielen, but I understand not. That makes sense. Even if he put one of these guys in for anybody except for Devonta Smith, would have changed the game. But 124 from Eddie, that's a decent score, not terrible. Next we have my matchup with Brochard, Diversity Inclusion versus the Sun Gods. This was a close game too. Final score doesn't show it. 164 to 149. Zay Flowers had like a what? It was like a 36-yard touchdown to end the game late. There was like 2 minutes left, maybe, not even. Maybe there was more than 2 minutes, but it was close to the end of the game. Huge touchdown, blew the game wide open. Before that, it was single digits. Very close game. Brochard and I were texting during the Chargers game. Austin Eckler had a fumble that brought it within one. He went ahead of me, and he fumbled, and I think he went back behind. I also did not have my optimal lineup out. But it happens. Can't control it. Puka Nacua, not a great game. But Kyren Williams back on the scene, 38.4. Boy, I was annoyed at the so-called fantasy experts going into this game, because there was a article that was like, oh, Kyren Williams before his injury was like sniffing RB1 potential. I was like, who the fuck do you think you are? He was the number 4 scoring running back before his injury. And then for weeks, there was like 3 weeks he was out. He was still top 10. And then it said that he was maybe a flex or a 2 consideration now out of injury. And I said, fuck that. He's the guy this week. Put up fucking almost 40 points. And he's already the 16th ranked running back again, when he missed 5 weeks. So I was annoyed at the experts, but it's fine. We move. Took this loss. The math doesn't say I'm officially eliminated, but I'm counting myself out now. I said 2 weeks ago I had to beat either John or Brochard to have a chance at playoff contention. I lost to both of them, so I'm counting myself out. But I'll get to that. Next we got Jake Runge. Nope. Stern. Jake doesn't even have an R in his name. Maybe his middle name, I don't know. Oh wait, there's an R in Stern. Whatever. Honey Badgers beat the Seattle Sucker Punchers. Not a terrible matchup. Oh, that's the other thing I was annoyed at. I put up 149 points. There's like 3 teams that would have beat me this week. And I had a bunch of people put single digit. That was annoying. Anyway, Jake would have beat me. Jake still would have beat me. Pretty big week for Jake. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 people scoring 20 plus. Almost everybody in double digits, except for his tight end, or one of his tight ends, Kincaid, and Justin Tucker. Kincaid, oh shit, I just hit the mic. Sorry if that noise was weird. Kincaid's been balling though, man. I don't blame you for putting him in. He's been on something. Sucker Punchers fall, but they still good performance. 133 points, 30 from McCaffrey, 20 from Pittman, and 20 from Murray. Not a bad week. Just lost to a better team this one, Olave was early in that game, was really balling. Hopefully that can keep up for you, Alec, as you're trying to sneak into the playoffs. Okay. Last game comes to Connor Donlin and Griffin Wallach. I just combined his name. Connor never did his chug. I remembered to subtract the points. I think that's why I thought I did this already. Because I'm pretty sure on Thursday I subtracted the points from Connor. Because he didn't do his chug. Which gave Connor 69 points on the week. Too bad nobody's 69 in Connor. But back-to-back weeks, Connor is now the chugger, owes us another chug. Connor has Leonard Fournette on his bench, who's not even signed by a team. We're just not paying attention. And he's honest about it. He told us. So Griff walks away with the win, moves to 4-8. Ow. Which ties him with me in terms of record. Both of us still have a chance at the playoffs, apparently. I doubt it, but that's where we're at. So, quick update on the standings. We got 3 teams clinched now. Eddie has clinched the division for Long Island. That's been set. Rungi and Chumba have both clinched a spot in the league playoff. Nobody in Upstate has clinched the division, and no one has clinched the number 1 seed yet. Chumba could still catch up to Eddie, so that's that. But Connor is still the only team mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. Quick update on point scoring. Eddie, the number 1 team in the league right now, is the 3rd fewest points scored. Rungi, the 3rd best team in the league right now, is the 4th fewest points scored. Chumba has the most, followed by Jake, then John, Brochard, and myself round out the top 5. Only 4 of them are in playoff contention with a serious shot. Jake is a 99% chance to make it. Brochard and John are both over 70%. Brochard has a higher percent chance to make it by 7 points, even though they have a tied record, and John is over Brochard right now. Must be due to the matchups coming up. Speaking of the matchups coming up, these games have already started. Griff is out to a huge lead over Chumba, having 4 people played, I think. 77 points, big game from CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, and Chumba did not get a ton of points from Lockett, who usually gets a pretty good score from every week. He's pretty consistent. I'm playing Jake. I'm in the negatives already. Brochard, 37 from Metcalf. And then Alec and Rungi are neck and neck with 2 people played, Tony Pollard and Brandon Cooks for Rungi, and then Jake Ferguson and Brandon Aubrey, the kicker for Dallas, put up 15 for Alec, so they are neck and neck at 34.7 and 33.8. I'm going to give the game of the week to Brochard and Eddie, though. I think this is going to be a real challenge for Eddie. I think this might mix up the playoff race a little bit. Already down basically 40 points by 1 player. So that's the game of the week. Let me look real quick on Brochard's comments. This is from 2 weeks ago now, when John had to chug for his team, for his side bet. That's what it was. Brochard said, "I've thought about it, and John not submitting his chug on time is not only an attack on the integrity of the league, but quite frankly, it's racist too." Chumba asked for an explanation. I'm not even looking at the camera half the time. Chumba asked for an explanation of how it's racist. He said, "Bet he would have chugged on time if he made the bet with one of you pure-blood whites." Chumba said, "Does not take deals with you seriously" at Brochard, further implying the racism. Fuck, Chumba, I forgot to do the thing again, where I start off with the news. God, I really gotta get back to that. Then Brochard claimed that not only is the league office not against John, that I apparently might be working with him. Because I forgot to use a different Brochard quote. That was a very good Brochard quote, and I said afterwards, I was like, oh, I'm going to put this in the recap, and then didn't. But then, because John didn't get his point penalty, makes the league working with John. Votes were taken. Not really. Only Brochard made that point, too. I said only 2 people voted. He was like, I voted. I'm starting to remember the rest of this conversation. Brochard was like, I voted. Do I not count? Um, Chumba suggested a players union, so Alec, as our league lawyer, good luck. I'd imagine you'd be a big role in a union. I don't know what you know about unions in environmental law, not science. But as a lawyer, I imagine you know a thing or two about unions. I said, oh wait, hold on. So yeah, Brochard, while he still would have lost, the vote didn't even count. He said, sorry, Golder, didn't realize when he joined the league that the terms and conditions contained the 3/5 compromise. And Jumbo said, you got a pre 3/5, didn't even count for a fraction. Is John racist or is league office racist? Which Brochard said, both. I will not state on the internet what my reply to that was, because that one would for sure be the end of my career. And then Brochard told us a story about an old dude in his gym changing on the locker room, putting his pants on, but not all the way, and sitting on the bench bare ass naked with his underwear and then jeans around his knees. Do with that as you will. So, gents, very low energy recap today. That's on me. I forgot earlier in the week I was not under the weather. That's on me. I'm gonna go drink a bunch of water because I don't have orange juice, and probably watch 12 hours of The Lord of the Rings uninterrupted and see how that goes. We'll catch you next week. Basically this week, honestly, it's almost next week already. But week 13, best of luck to all those involved. And we'll catch you with a more high energy recap. This is 2 in a row. That's on me. That I just haven't been able to get behind. I'm pretty sure 2 in a row. That was a burp. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I said the game of the week, right? Right? Did I? Hold on. I'm gonna look again. I think I did. Right? I said Eddie and Brochard. Guess the game of the week, just in case. Cool.